I'm telling you my whole origin story. Like, is that what you want to hear? Adrian Vasquez, born in California, little small town, like 8,000 people. My high school class was like 78 kids. That was our graduating class. After high school, dude, like I didn't want to be that guy who like stayed in Newman. I was like, dude, like there's a lot more life outside of Newman. And then I had a kid right after high school. And that like slowed me down. I was at 19, had my first son. Before like I got into like editing and stuff, I was heavy into graphic design. I wanted to have my own clothing brand. I wanted to be like, I want to work for the hundreds. This is how obsessed I was with the hundreds. My second son is named Adam. I named my son after the logo. Oh yeah,
doing an interview?
Not anymore, bro.
Fuck, I thought you were doing it in the conference room.
No, dude. I'm
sorry. What's up, guys? Adrian is the best human ever.
Ooh, you heard it. He's verified too. Josh Peck follows him. I didn't get into video like because I wanted to. My 7-year-old son, who was 4 at the time, he wanted a YouTube channel, and he's like, Dad, I want a YouTube channel. I was like, dude, you're 4 years old. Like, what? So yeah, he convinced us. Like he's like, Dad, I have all these ideas, toys, blah blah blah. So we did it. There was a time where like we were putting out videos like every other day, and we were making money off of it, dude. We were like, toy companies were hitting us up, sending us free shit, dude. It was crazy. Every video I edited got better. Like I look back at like the first video I did, it was trash. Like anybody, like any creative, because I was doing them so like often, like my skills got better or whatever. Yeah, I was like in a really shitty place, dude. Like when we broke up, it was really hard on me, dude. And my friend is like, dude, follow this guy. This guy was like, he's just positive, blah, blah, blah. You need more of this in your life. I'm like, whatever, bro. Yeah, let me listen to it. And Gary is like somebody who like calls you out on your bullshit, like lit a fire under my ass, dude. He put out a video, dude. I'm never gonna forget this. September 13th of 2017, he put out a video called Calling All Creators. I was like, oh shit, I'm a creator. And he basically put out a video like looking for another D-Rock. I was like, oh shit, maybe I could do this. Literally that same night, I built a website, got every single like social media handle. It was at work for Gary Vee. Like that was it. And I went balls deep, like didn't sleep that one night, and just making content. And like all like with the goal of working for Gary. And like 2 months passed, like nothing. I was getting no traction. But along the time I was like making friends, like who were in that like VaynerMedia community. Complex Con came, and that was November of 2017. I got an email from D-Rock because he saw a piece of my content, and he's like, hey, let's meet up. He's like, hey, let's jump on a call. The call never came, but I knew Complex Con was the next week, and I wasn't gonna go. I only went because I knew that I had some traction being built with D-Rock. He knew who I was, and I went to Complex Con just to like casually like, oh, hey, I'm here. I bought shoes, and that's how I met him and chopped it up. I went home that same night, and I get an email from D-Rock, hey, let's link up, VaynerMedia LA, let's meet tomorrow. I was like, fuck, dude, like I had just driven from Northern California, 5 hours down. I missed work. I told my manager I was like I couldn't go to work, so I missed that Sunday. Monday I get that email, hey, come through tomorrow. So I'm calling again sick on Tuesday. My manager's pissed, and so I go back to LA, have a meeting, and everything went super well, except I had no client work. I had no client work. He's like, show me what you got. So I showed him all these like cut up memes of like stuff that Gary already did, or D-Rock already did. He's like, well, this is cool, but like, where's your client work? I'm like, I don't have any client work. What? He's like, dude, I need you to have some experience. Like, go get some client work done. Work for free. I was like, fuck, I don't have time for that. Like, I'm working a full-time job. I have kids. So I didn't know what to do, and I decided to move to New York. I don't know how I was gonna do it, but my 7-year anniversary was coming up at Verizon where I was working, and I was like, dude, like I hate my job. I don't want to be here. Like this fucking sucks. Like I want to go do something creative. I want to challenge myself. I put my 2-week notice in. I was like, I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna do it. I believe in this whole thing called burning your boats. Burning your boats is basically Cortez. He's a Spanish conqueror from Spain, and when they were gonna go and conquer Mexico, they sailed from Spain to Mexico in 4 boats. They get to Mexico, I didn't realize how big it was. And the crew was telling Cortez, like, dude, we're not gonna, like, there's so many people, we can't conquer this place. So Cortez, he lit their boats on fire in, like, on Mexico. And he's like, well, we can't go back now, so we gotta figure it out. We're gonna figure it out or we're gonna die. What do you guys wanna do? But the moral of that story is, when you put yourself in a position where you don't have a way back, you figure it out. And that was kind of me coming to New York. I didn't know anybody over here. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to work for Gary. And Gary always says, do your actions match your ambitions? And I like questioned myself. I was like, well, do they? along the way, I found through that community I was talking about, like those friendships I was building out as I was trying to work for Gary. There was this girl named Ashley, and she introduced me to this guy named Adam Hamway, who at the time was working for Ryan. And I knew they were doing something cool. I didn't know what they were doing, but the channel had just started. I linked up with them in February, and at some point I was like, dude, like I'll do some free work for you guys, like just to build a relationship and just to like also build my portfolio. It came at the right moment because like Ryan offered me a job May 20th of 2018, and I had just run out of money. I had $12 in my bank account when Ryan texted me, dude. And I was getting ready to text my mom like let me borrow some money, and she doesn't have a lot of money, so like it was tough like to ask her, but thank God it was just good timing, dude. And then I literally cried. It was crazy, dude. Like it was just so surreal. The crazier part though was May 20th, so June 3rd, I get an email from D-Rock. He's asking me, he's like, hey, what have you been doing? Do you want to work for Team Gary? And I was like, fuck, this is crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is all I wanted. I literally moved out here to work for Gary. And now's my shot. I sat down, I was talking to Adam and Joe, and I was like, dude, what do I do? Like, May 14th, 5:46 p.m. Hey, it's Ryan. Is this your cell? I put, hey man, yes it is. What's up? I would like for you to be full-time for me. And I put, yes, and the exclamation marks, all caps, let's do it. OMG, 2 exclamation marks. Thank you so much. With like 5 O's in it. He put, okay, be back shortly. I started crying, dude. It was so crazy. It was like, I literally like, it was such a crazy moment in my life because I was like so broke. I was like debating whether like, I needed to go back to California. Like at that point, I was like, what am I doing? Like, fuck, like I haven't like done anything. Like I've worked with a bunch of people for free, but like I'm not going anywhere. So that validated everything that I was doing. 3 weeks later, I get that email from D-Rock, and that was even crazier because like that's literally what I moved out here for. I was at a weird crossroads. I was like, well, what do I do? Like, I just committed to this guy, but my dream job is like knocking on the door. Yeah. What do I do? And so I talked to Joe, I talked to Adam. I was like, dude, like, what do I do? I just thought, I called my mom, and I just looked at both places, right? If I join Gary's team, I'm gonna be a small piece in an already big machine. Whereas if I take the harder path with Ryan, a much smaller machine, but I'd be a bigger piece. I'd be more impactful. I have a real shot to build something and be like more involved in it. So I respectfully declined D-Rock, and it was probably like the scariest moment of my life. I wasn't sure if this was gonna go anywhere, right? Like who's Ryan Serhant other than this $1 million listing guy? He didn't care to vlog. We were kind of just pushing him to do it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go all in. And so we did. And we built it to like, we're like at 350,000 subs, and like there was direction, and like there was a time where Adam was like, he's now doing his own thing, and I took over his place and now like running the show. And it's just like super surreal. I was supposed to move back January of this past year because my 1 year was up, and the deal was with my children's mother, I was only gonna be out here for a year. And I had just got like I just became Ryan's main guy, whatever, creative director. And I was like, fuck, like I can't leave now. And I was getting ready to tell Linda, I was like, and I did tell her, I was like, Linda, don't hate me, but I can't leave yet. And she was pissed. She was pissed. And I don't blame her. Like she just did a whole year, like basically being a single mom, and I was helping her every way that I can. And then she decided to move out here. And it was crazy because I didn't expect it. And they moved out here March 20th of this past year. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, man. And I don't know where I'm going next. One thing Ryan always says that like really like puts things in perspective for me. He says, just take care of the work and the work will take care of you. And like that just means like just grind, like do what you're passionate about, like just work, and everything that's supposed to happen will happen. And so I'm kind of trusting that right now. Okay. So we'll see, man. Yeah. To be continued.